everyone, welcome to the Rick and Nathan YouTube channel. The cat is underneath me, so I'm sorry about the noise. But today we're focusing on security. How exciting is that? You're actually joining me on a tripod right now. I'm not stuffing the camera up my nose doing some selfie stuff. You're actually on a nice tripod. So the plan for today really is to focus on how I can keep myself relatively safe in the back of this thing so someone can't just come and open it. More modern trucks, I suppose, have locking tailgates. Mine's so old and basic, it actually doesn't have a locking mechanism, and I have done my research and I cannot find a door hinge for this car with a key lock in it, because I thought if I could get a lock in the handle, I could just lock it, if you know what I mean, like close it, lock it, and then shut this, but that's not going to be the case. So I've gone around it myself and I have purchased these fine pieces of equipment from the hardware store. Bathroom door locks, as you can see here, so they slide across. A pin goes across and I'll have to secure this bracket like that. So my plan is to mount this on the side of the bed here, and then it slides across into here, so that the door can't be opened, one on either side. I mean, they're not going to be the strongest things in the world, but they sure are going to stop someone just pulling it open, and it'll give me some time to wake up and probably realise what's going on. But fingers crossed none of this is ever going to happen. This is just a safety precaution, you know. I highly doubt someone's going to want to open the back of this whilst I'm sleeping in it, because at the end of the day it's just going to be me and my lovely body inside. So maybe they will want to open it, you never know. So we will check that it actually fits, line it all up, measure it, and screw them in and see if it works. Right, this is the tailgate. You're now inside the truck, just so you get the right perspective. There's this panel which I can remove so I can see inside the back door, and I'm going to do that. I'm going to take it off just to make sure that I don't screw into any of the electrics, because if I screw it, there's only a brake light in here, but if I go through one of the wires, it'd be a load of hassle. So what I'm going to do is just unscrew these. They're just some Phillips head screws, and I'm just going to unscrew, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 of these bad boys. So I'll get these out and we'll see if there's any wires behind it. Look at the state of it in there. That is quite horrible. But luckily for me, oh, it's horrible in there. Yeah, we haven't got an issue with that. We should not have an issue here, he says confidently. So the lock, you can see this is the side of the actual bed and this is the tailgate. So my plan was to literally put that like that and have that slide across like that. The mechanism for the hinge is here, so I think I'm going to go just below it. Let's go for 120mm down. I'm going to be using 4mm screws, and these are self-tappers. I'm going to start with a 2mm just to get myself through the metal. Okay, there are my 4 screw holes. Okay, it is in, everybody. Now, I'm pretty happy with that. I just had to make sure the orientation is so that the handle flips down, because if it flipped up then it would rattle and come loose. But I can lock it in position so it doesn't move. And I'll do exactly the same on the other side. Now, before I finish, well, now I've finished on the tailgate, I'm going to put these screws back in. Time to hop in. Right, we're inside, and you can see the latches work perfectly. Now, I did think about installing these other halves right here, but I don't need to, because the door can't open this way, so that's pointless, and it locks itself in there. So look, unlocked, locked, and it's identical on the other side. And I've just tested it with one, and there's no way I could get this door open, so no one else could. Especially with the top half closed, there is no way that you could get enough force on that one handle outside to get it in here. The cat is rubbing her face against the camera. For this demonstration, I'm going to have to hold the cat because she keeps pushing the camera. So the latches stay closed, see, so they won't lock the tailgate without you wanting it to. Now this closes, like so. Imagine I'm inside. I just flip the latches. Flip double latch. Then I go to open the door. That was me pulling with all my weight. And that's going to make sleeping in here for me feel I'll be a lot more at ease, knowing that I've got myself a security system. I'm still yet to figure out one for this, but I think I'm going to dismantle inside the door here because my door doesn't have a double hinge, so you can only open it and lock it from outside, and of course I want to be inside. So I'm going to remove this panel and I'm going to try and figure out a way to open it from the inside. So if you look into the back of the tailgate, you can see each wire from each latch on the end of the door. One comes from this end, one comes from this end. Now I was thinking of a way that I could just slide this off at the night and just take it off so the handle wouldn't work. But I need to be able to open it quickly without anyone else. You know, I need to be able to open this, and you can see like how it works. It twists and just pulls the latches, one at the bottom, one at the top there for either side. But I'm going to sit here and try and figure out something, and I'll be back. Now inside the handle there's a square. Now I did polish this up and make it look really, really sexy, but you can see that it's instantly rusted. So clearly this door gets full of water. So my plan, change of plan, is what I'm going to do is polish this back up, and I'm going to heat treat it. So I'm going to burn it till it's glowing red hot, then I'm going to chuck it in some engine oil, and theoretically the engine oil gives it a rust-free like protection coating. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to put a pin or a bolt or something through here so I can just pull this out, like at night, just pull it out, and then the handle's completely like unusable, it doesn't have anything attached to it. So that's my plan, and then I can just put it back in. So we'll polish this up, heat treat it, and see how it works. Full face protection is of course a must when you're using something like this. Job of that, as you can see, now it is back to its original state, no rust. So now we'll try and heat treat this. There we go. Then the tip of the blue is the hottest part of the flame. Now it's glowing red. Turn that off and dump it in the oil. So not only does the black appearance look nice, it actually also embeds into the metal, so the oil theoretically is water repellent and it doesn't get rusty. So we're going to put that back in the car. Right, so I'm back and I've made like a ghetto handle on the end of it so I can like pull it out, you know what I mean? So I'll just use 2 bolts and yeah, a thin screw to put through the end. So what we shall do is get this back in the correct orientation. Put that in like that, slot it in, and now I can just pull the handle out. That's great. Okay, now it's time to close up. So I close this like that. Now this, I've ordered new gas shocks for this because it's just too tight to even close. The handle still works. So I've got my DIY handle and it works. When closing this, I just need to be a little bit stronger on it, but I mean, I think Raquel could genuinely hang from this. Yeah, this side doesn't close up so well, but I can get the idea. Bingo, the security system works. I have got some new gas struts coming soon because these ones are literally strong enough to throw Raquel off the roof of the door. Like, it is so strong. Like, I could almost do my pull-ups on this thing. So pulling it down from inside is nigh on impossible. Raquel couldn't do it, I can barely do it. But the actual security system works. The 2 latches are brilliant, so instant security. And the removable door handle is also really good for the security factor. So I can completely lock myself in there and no one can get in. Okay, so that concludes the install. Now the cat's getting really mad at me for not giving her any food, so I'm bored of listening to her whine. She's been going on for 2 hours now, so I'm gonna have to give her food early. You are being very naughty, aren't you? Very naughty. But The security system works really well, and I'm very happy with it, so it should just stop people, you know, you can't just come and open it, so it's not an easy target. That's the whole plan. So what the next video will be is waterproofing the back door, because I've managed to get both side windows waterproof now due to a bit of grease. I used rubber grease and it's completely stopped the water coming in on both windows. I'm just going to figure out a way to cover the plate that went on here, because obviously I don't want to have to unscrew it every time, so I'm going to try and figure out a way to sort of use pins. I've got a lot of remote control car body pins, like they're clips. So if I could put a bolt through and then just slide the cover on and clip it on, so I could just unclip it, that would be quite a good idea. So I'll fiddle around with that in the next video, and also I've got to waterproof the back door in the next video. So hopefully you've enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one. Please like, comment and subscribe. Bye!